Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Most people are too afraid to admit. Right now, at this exact moment, somewhere in the world, an AI is outperforming you. It's writing faster than you, thinking faster than you, producing more than you without getting tired, without getting distracted, without checking its phone every 5 minutes. And you're sitting there wondering, should I be worried? No, you should be alert. Because this isn't just another tech trend. This is a silent takeover, and the people who ignore it will disappear without even realizing when it happened. But here's the part that separates thinkers from followers. This panic you feel, it's not new. When calculators arrived, people said, human intelligence will die. When the internet exploded, they said books are finished. When smartphones took over, they said focus is gone forever. And yet look around. The weak adapted slowly. The smart adapted strategically. And a small group used the shift to dominate. Now we're here again. AI is faster. AI is smarter in many ways. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't argue. It doesn't demand a salary. It doesn't burn out. But it has one critical flaw. It doesn't understand human reality. And that flaw is your opportunity. Because the one skill AI cannot replace, the one skill that will decide whether you rise or become irrelevant, is judgment, not information. AI can generate 1,000 answers in seconds, but it cannot tell you which answer will destroy your reputation, which one will cost you relationships, and which one will change your life. That decision requires something machines don't have: context. Pressure, emotion, consequence. Look at Satya Nadella. When he took over Microsoft, the company wasn't dead, but it wasn't alive either. No excitement, no energy, no direction. He didn't invent something revolutionary overnight. He didn't rely on data alone. He made one decision that changed everything from know-it-all to learn-it-all. That wasn't intelligence. That was judgment. Because AI can read data, but it cannot walk into a room and feel tension. It cannot sense fear in silence. It cannot decide, this is the moment to take a risk. That comes from experience, from failure, from embarrassment, from losing and coming back sharper. You can't download that. You earn it. Let's bring this to your life. You start a business. AI tells you high demand, strong projections, good opportunity, but your instinct says these people don't trust this yet. Who do you trust? The data or your lived experience? That's judgment. Imagine you're a leader deciding whether to fire someone. AI shows performance, metrics, cold, clean, logical, but it doesn't see that the person is breaking inside. It doesn't know their story. It doesn't understand timing. That balance between logic and humanity. Only you can carry that, because here's the truth nobody wants to say. We don't pay leaders for information anymore. Information is cheap. We pay them for decisions, and decisions are messy, emotional, risky. AI predicts the future based on the past, but real breakthroughs, they come from people who challenge the past. When Reed Hastings shifted Netflix from DVDs to streaming, the data didn't scream, do it now. Internet was slow. People loved physical media, but he saw direction, not just data. That's judgment. And in your life, this skill is everything. Who you trust. When you speak. When you stay silent. When you walk away. When you take the risk. No machine can carry that burden for you. And here's the advantage: most people ignore. Judgment compounds. It gets stronger with time if you learn instead of repeat. So stop asking, how do I compete with AI? That's a weak question. Ask instead, how do I see what others miss? How do I decide better under pressure? How do I turn mistakes into weapons? Read outside your field. Travel if you can. Talk to people who challenge you. Make decisions. Get them wrong. Study them. Because every mistake, if you face it honestly, becomes something AI will never have experience earned through pain. And pain is a teacher no machine can replicate. So don't try to outrun AI in speed. That's a losing game. Outgrow it in awareness. Outthink it in context. Outlast it in wisdom. Because in the end, machines will give answers. But only you decide what those answers mean. Skill 2 is emotional intelligence. If judgment is the ability to decide, then emotional intelligence is the ability to control yourself and others. And this is where the real power begins. Because let me tell you something most people ignore. AI can detect emotion. It cannot feel it. It can analyze tone. It can label expressions. But it cannot sit in front of a broken human being and choose the right silence. And silence used correctly is power. In the next decade, emotional intelligence will not be a soft skill. It will be a rare weapon, because as machines become more logical, humans are becoming more disconnected. Short replies, no eye contact, no patience, no listening. Everyone is reacting, no one is understanding. And in that environment, the person who understands emotions controls the room. Look at LeBron James. Final moments of a championship game. Pressure is suffocating, millions watching. A young teammate misses 2 shots in a row. Now logic says take control. Stop trusting him. But leadership is not logic alone. LeBron sees something deeper. Fear, doubt, hesitation. And instead of taking the shot himself, he passes the ball back to the same player. Why? Because he is not just trying to win a moment. He is building belief. That is emotional intelligence. The ability to influence internal states, not just external actions. Now bring this into your world. You are leading a team. Deadlines are tight. Pressure is high. One person starts making mistakes. AI says performance dropped and replace. But you notice what the machine cannot. Silence. Avoidance, a shift in energy. You ask one simple question, are you okay? And everything breaks. That one moment can save a career, can rebuild trust, can create loyalty that no salary can buy. Understand this clearly, companies don't collapse because of bad data. They collapse because of broken trust. And trust is emotional. Look at Howard Schultz. He didn't just build a coffee company. He built a feeling, a place between work and home, a place where people felt seen. You can copy the product, you can copy the pricing, but you cannot copy how people feel, and feelings drive decisions. Here's something uncomfortable. You know that friend who says, I'm fine, but you know they're not. AI hears the word fine. You hear the hesitation. That pause is everything. Emotional intelligence is not about what is said. It is about what is hidden. Knowing when to push, when to stay quiet, when to challenge, when to support. And in business, this skill multiplies everything. Sales are emotional. Negotiations are emotional. Leadership is emotional. Even innovation is emotional because people support ideas from people they trust. Now here is where it gets dangerous. Most people think power comes from speaking more. Wrong. Power comes from observing more. The person who listens collects leverage, because every person reveals themselves if you are patient enough to watch. And once you understand someone's fears, their desires and their insecurities, you gain influence. Not through force, but through understanding. And that influence is far more dangerous, because it is invisible. Now let's go deeper. When crisis hits, and it always hits, people don't look for the smartest person in the room. They look for the calmest. Calm is emotional control under pressure, and emotional control is trained through discomfort, through pressure, through moments where you wanted to react, but chose to remain still, because reaction is weakness. Response is power. So stop asking, how do I beat AI? Ask something more dangerous. Can I control myself when everything goes wrong? Can you stay calm when others panic? Can you understand people you disagree with? Can you lead without shouting? Because machines may dominate speed, but humans dominate depth. And depth builds loyalty. Loyalty builds influence. Influence builds power. And power is what keeps you irreplaceable. Skill 3, creativity. Let me break an illusion immediately. AI is not creative. It is combinational. It rearranges what already exists. It remixes patterns. It predicts what should come next based on what has already been done. And that is not creativity. That is repetition at scale. True creativity is disruption. It is the ability to see what others don't. And more importantly, to dare to execute it. Because understand this clearly, most people don't lack ideas. They lack the courage to act on them. That's why the world looks repetitive. Same content, same businesses, same thinking. Different faces, identical minds. Now look at Steve Jobs. He didn't invent the phone. He didn't invent the computer. He didn't invent music players. But he did something far more powerful. He connected them in a way no one else dared to imagine. That is creativity. Not invention, but reimagination. AI can give you 100 logo designs, but it cannot feel which one creates identity. It cannot sense which idea carries emotional weight, because creativity is not logic alone. It is intuition combined with risk, and risk is something machines will never take, because machines are designed to avoid failure, but humans grow through it. Now let's make this uncomfortable. You've had ideas before, ideas that could have changed something, a business, a channel, a direction in life. But what did you do? You hesitated. You overthought. You waited for certainty. And in that waiting, the idea died. Or worse, someone else executed it, and you called them lucky. That's not luck. That's execution. Now here's the brutal truth. The gap between average people and powerful people is not intelligence. It is action on uncertain ideas. Look at Elon Musk. Electric cars were not new. Space exploration was not new. But the approach was different while others optimized. He redefined while others followed patterns. He broke them, and breaking patterns is the foundation of creativity. Now understand, this AI depends on data, and data is always from the past, which means AI is always looking backward. But creativity looks forward. It asks what doesn't exist yet. What if we did the opposite? What if the rule is wrong? And those questions create movements. Now apply this to your life. If you think like everyone, you will compete with everyone. And if you compete with everyone, you become replaceable. But if you think differently, you create your own space, where competition becomes irrelevant. That is power. Now here is the part no one tells you. Creativity is uncomfortable because it isolates you. People won't understand your ideas. They will question you. They will doubt you. Not because you're wrong, but because you're early. And being early feels like being wrong. That's why most people quit. They return to safety. They return to imitation. Because imitation is accepted, but creation is judged. Now here is your advantage. You don't need to outcompute AI. You don't need to outwork machines. You need to outthink patterns. Start asking different questions. Instead of what works, ask what is everyone ignoring. Instead of what is trending, ask what will matter next. Because trends create followers, but vision creates leaders, and leaders control direction. Now remember this line carefully. AI can assist creativity, but it cannot replace originality. Because originality comes from human experience. Your pain, your struggles, your perspective. No dataset can replicate that. So stop trying to fit into what already exists. Start building what doesn't. Because in a world full of copies, the original becomes untouchable. Skill 4, adaptability. Let me say something most people won't accept. The strongest don't survive. The smartest don't survive. The most adaptable survive. And in a world dominated by AI, automation, and constant disruption, this is no longer an advantage. It is a requirement. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The world is changing faster than your comfort zone. Skills become outdated. Industries collapse. Opportunities shift overnight. And most people, they resist. They hold on to what used to work. They defend old habits. They stay loyal to outdated identities. And slowly, they become irrelevant. Look at Nokia. At one point, it dominated the mobile industry. It wasn't weak. It wasn't incapable. But it failed at one critical thing: adapting to change. When the smartphone revolution began, they hesitated. They underestimated the shift. They believed their position was secure, and that belief destroyed them. Now compare that with Netflix. They started with DVDs, physical rentals, a model that worked, a model that made money, but they saw what was coming: streaming. And here's what's important. They didn't wait until it was safe. They moved early. They disrupted themselves before someone else could do it. That is adaptability. Not reacting to change, but anticipating it. Now bring this to your life. You learned a skill. Maybe editing, maybe writing, maybe design. And for a while it worked. Money came in. Opportunities appeared. Then suddenly AI enters, and everything feels threatened. Now you have two choices: resist or evolve. Most people resist. They complain. They blame technology. They wait for things to go back. But here's the reality: the world never goes back. It moves forward with or without you. And the people who win are not the ones who fight change. They are the ones who use it. AI is not here to replace the adaptable. It is here to expose the rigid. Now here's the deeper layer. Adaptability is not just about skills. It is about identity. Because the real reason people don't change is not lack of ability. It's attachment. I'm a designer. I'm a writer. I'm this type of person. That identity becomes a cage. Because the moment the world shifts, you hesitate to shift with it. You protect who you were instead of becoming who you need to be. And that is how people fall behind. Look at Jeff Bezos. Amazon started with books. Just books. He could have stayed there, comfortable, profitable, but he didn't attach himself to the product. He focused on the system, logistics, distribution, infrastructure, and that allowed Amazon to expand into everything. Because adaptability requires detachment. Detach from your current form so you can evolve into the next. Now here's the part most people avoid. Adaptability feels like loss. You feel like you're starting over. You feel like a beginner again. You feel uncertain. And humans hate uncertainty. So they choose comfort, even when comfort is slowly destroying them. But the powerful understand something different. They understand that staying the same is the biggest risk. Because while you stay still, the world moves and distance is created. Now apply this immediately. Ask yourself, what skill am I relying on that might become irrelevant? What mindset am I holding on to that no longer serves me? What identity am I protecting that is limiting my growth? These questions are uncomfortable, but they are necessary. Because adaptability starts with awareness. Then comes action. Learn new tools, explore new directions, combine skills, because the future does not belong to specialists alone. It belongs to hybrids, people who can think, create, adapt across different domains. Now remember this line: AI replaces repetition. It rewards evolution, so if you stay static, you become replaceable. But if you evolve, you become unstoppable, because the game is no longer about being the best at one thing. It's about becoming someone who can transform with anything. Skill 5: time management. Let me say something that will hit harder than everything so far. You don't lack time. You lack control. Because every single person watching this has the same 24 hours, same clock, same minutes, same limitations, but completely different outcomes. Why? Because time is not managed, it is allocated, and most people are allocating it poorly. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. AI is faster than you. It can write faster, think faster, execute faster, So if you try to compete on speed alone, you lose immediately, which means your only advantage is focus. Because while machines can do many things at once, they don't choose what matters. You do. And that decision determines your entire life. Look at Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, and yet his calendar is mostly empty. No constant meetings, no endless calls, no chaotic schedule. Why? Because he understands something most people ignore: the difference between activity and progress. Most people feel productive because they are busy. Emails, notifications, scrolling, meetings, constant movement with no direction. That's not productivity. That's distraction disguised as work. Now here's where it gets dangerous. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that matters. And most people say yes all day. Yes to distractions. Yes to comfort. Yes to avoidance. And at the end of the day, they feel exhausted. But nothing changed. Now understand this clearly. Time management is not about doing more. It's about doing less, not better. Look at Elon Musk. He doesn't rely on motivation. He relies on structure, time blocking. Every hour has a purpose. Every task has a place. Because when your time is unstructured, your mind becomes chaotic. And chaos destroys focus. Now bring this to your life. Open your phone right now. Look at your screen time. Be honest, how many hours are gone on things that don't move your life forward? That number is your hidden enemy, because time lost is not visible. It doesn't scream. It doesn't warn you. It disappears quietly. And one day you realize years are gone. That's the danger. Now here's the shift. Instead of asking, how can I do more today? Ask, what is the one thing that actually matters? Because one focused action can outperform 10 distracted ones. Now here's the part most people avoid. Focus requires sacrifice. You can't do everything. You can't please everyone. You can't chase every opportunity. You must choose. And choice creates power. Because when you remove distractions, you amplify results. Now understand this: AI can optimize your workflow. It can save time, but it cannot decide what deserves your time. That responsibility is yours. And if you avoid it, you lose control of your life. Now here's a simple but brutal framework. If it doesn't build your future, limit it. If it distracts your focus, remove it. If it drains your energy, replace it. This is discipline. And discipline is the foundation of freedom. Because without control over your time, you are controlled by everything else. Now remember this line carefully. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. So build systems, daily routines, focused work blocks, clear priorities, because success is not random. It is scheduled. And the people who control their time control their outcomes. The 5 skills that make you irreplaceable. Let's strip everything down to the truth. The world is not being taken over by AI. It is being divided between people who evolve and people who don't. Because AI is not your enemy. It is a filter. It exposes weakness. It replaces repetition. It removes the average. And what remains are the people who built what machines cannot replicate. Let's make it clear one last time. Number 1, judgment. The ability to decide when others hesitate. Not data, but direction. Number 2, emotional intelligence. The ability to control yourself and influence others. Not logic, but human understanding. Number 3, creativity. The ability to think beyond patterns. Not repetition, but originality. Number 4, adaptability. The ability to evolve before it's too late. Not comfort, but transformation. Number 5, time management. The ability to focus on what actually matters. Not busyness, but priority. These are not just skills, they are weapons. And in the coming years, they will decide who rises and who disappears. Now here's the uncomfortable question. Be honest with yourself. Right now, which one are you failing at? Is it your judgment, where you hesitate and overthink? Is it your emotional control, where you react instead of respond? Is it your creativity where you follow instead of lead? Is it your adaptability where you resist change? Or is it your time where you waste what others use to win? Don't lie, because the answer you avoid is the problem controlling your life. Comment below which one is your weakest skill right now. Judgment, emotional intelligence, creativity, adaptability, or time. Type it, own it, fix it. Because awareness is where power begins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.